podcast peeps. Welcome to another episode of the Age Groupies Podcast, part of the United We Cast Network. I'm Lindsay, Hiken, and along with my co-host Mike Ergo, I'm here to talk to you about all things related to endurance sports from an amateur athlete perspective, about living that multi-sport lifestyle, and to share the other random thoughts that pop into our heads. You can follow the show on Instagram at Age Groupies, join our Age Groupies page on Facebook, and look us up by name, Lindsay, Hiken, and Mike Ergo on Strava. If you have questions, comments, or topic ideas, feel free to email us at agegroupies@gmail.com. And if you enjoy the show, please leave a rating and review on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. So we don't have a guest today, it's just me and Mike, and we're chatting about his recent experience as a race director when he put on a small fundraiser for the Ironman Foundation Gold Star Initiative in his hometown of Santa Rosa. And it was just a really cool experience for him. And we also talk about some other random things: vacation, drunk drivers, petty move of the week. We discussed that a little bit. So just a mishmash of things as Mike and I catch up from being on vacation. So hopefully you enjoy the episode. How was your vacay?
Oh, vacation was awesome. I had no training schedule.
Oh,
so
nice.
It was a nice break from that. I got up and walked, got up and ran though, and I loved it. Really humid, really muggy on the island, but beautiful runs. Ran along the beach for a while.
Tell the listeners where you were.
I was in the beautiful island of Maui in Wailea.
Lucky bastard.
Yeah, so nice.
And the fam bam had a good time as well?
Yeah. Every day, go to the beach in the morning and then take the kids to the pool in the afternoon. Shave ice every single day.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, nice. And here's the big miracle here. I did not get sunburned the entire time.
What?
Yeah, and I swear I went outside. That's what.
Did you wear one of those like outfits that cover your whole body? Like I've seen these like white, gauze outfit that like. There's a guy that cycles around here who actually I don't know what sex this individual is, gender, because they are wearing a full the arm warmers that are white that are for the sun,
like for your whole body,
but for the whole body, including the whole head, and then a face mask, and then a kit over top of that, and a helmet.
Reminds me of like that scene from it was like Naked Gun 44.5 where he's like has the whole body condom.
That's basically what we have going on with this guy. I mean, I'm assuming this person just doesn't want the sun to touch them. But the other day, I was running along Kenyatta and it was super hot because I got out there a little bit late. And this person was like riding in the sun and it was like, high 80s with all of that on. I was like, then something covering their mouth, right? Face mask.
That is a lot.
Yeah.
I didn't have anything that cool. I had a sun shirt that was kind of like a rash guard. And I didn't have, I did not have one of those like Lawrence of Arabia hats either. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh my God, it's so funny.
In the back.
Oh my God. So my friend Elspeth, we do a Friday run with a bunch of, group of women. There's one or two guys that come along, but Friday mornings. And, people drop in and come and go. And my friend Kim basically hosts it. And I was there last Friday. And my friend Elspeth, who hasn't been running for a while, but she's a ginger like you. And she's, I think she's like in her mid 50s and she had breast cancer. I mean, she's definitely trying to not be in the sun. It's like she's been through some stuff. She showed up with one of those hats on. And the first thing out of her mouth was like, I understand if you guys don't want to run next to me or but I have tried to keep, because she had like some little minor skin cancer thing removed from her neck. And the doctor was like, you got to cover that up. Like when you swim and run and stuff. And so she showed up, she's like, she's like, first of all, I'm just not even fast enough to pull. Like if you're super fast, like ultra distance runner and you have one on, fine.
Yeah, I get it. But it's preferable to dying. So we'll give her a pass.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, you know what? We want you to stay around. So we'll pretend like, she's like, oh my God, I just feel stupid. And I'm like, she's like, I look like a gardener.
Yes.
Middle-aged lady.
I think those are acceptable. Yeah. See, let's see the activities that are acceptable for gardening.
As long as you're over
kayaking?
57 and you're, yeah.
Yeah, kayaking, traversing the Sahara Desert on a camel.
Uh-huh.
That might be it, though.
Or if you're a ginger and you're cancer prone, like my buddy.
Yeah, exactly. There's the cancer exception.
Mm-hmm.
No, I just had a regular hat. I had, actually, I had a regular trucker hat, and then I got my version of that. That looks a little cooler. It's like the I don't know what you call it. My friends call it the paisa hat. It's like the big it's another kind of gardener hat, but it's a big straw hat that's not.
Oh, it just goes around, like it's got a wide brim all the way around or something.
Yeah.
You could just grow out a mullet.
I've tried that. I actually have some horrible pictures, but my hair just grows back and up. It doesn't go down. Like it wants to go up to the red afro.
Yes. The afro mullet is the best.
Yeah. So it's like that duck butt. It just curls up.
Oh my God. Hilarious. So, what do you want to talk about today? You said you had some things that you did and were on your mind. And so go for it.
Over the weekend, I had my sprint triathlon fundraiser that I hosted myself. Did not race, but we had 18 athletes. Almost half of them, it was their first time doing a triathlon. And so I made it as easy as possible. So it was at my home gym in Synergy, Petaluma. And the swim was 500 yards in the pool.
Okay.
And then the bike was 10 miles on a stationary.
Oh my gosh. That's epic. That's long.
Yeah, it's long.
On a stationary bike? Holy cow.
It's long. I saw some people sweat.
Yeah.
It was good though, because they had the nice spin bikes and I helped people adjust the seat height and stuff.
Awesome.
And then 3 miles on a treadmill.
So cool. And 18 people did it.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we had a couple of virtual people too. So that it was just so fun. That look, because I saw a few of the first timers were nervous. I get it. And that's exactly why I wanted to do this. And
it was a fundraiser?
Yeah, for the Ironman Foundation's Gold Star Initiative. And so,
very cool.
Yeah, $50 to do a try. And it was
next time you do one, let me know. I'll come on up and pay my money.
Involved. Yes, I'll get you up there for the next one. Maybe we can Facebook live stream, however that works.
How fun. Okay, it's a deal.
We'll be at the announcer table. Well, the cool thing is there will be definitely many more because the people there who did it said, when is the next one? Said, working on it. And we already have a gym for it in Santa Rosa, so it's cool. Yeah,
very cool.
It's a great way to get first timers into the sport. You don't have to bring anything. Oh, and the other big thing about it, we did not time transitions.
Oh, that's good for me.
Well, there's no in a gym. You imagine a bunch of people doing what every lifeguard says not to do, like running the pool and then doing like the banana peel slip and go whoop.
Yeah, that's and just running through the gym when other people are trying to work out and stuff just seems like a bad idea.
Running into ladies on their way to a water aerobics.
Yeah, shoving them out of the way.
Out of the way, I'm going to do a triathlon.
On your left. Oh, so I talked to somebody who said she listens to my podcast, but she had one bone to pick, which is she's like, I say on your left when I'm coming up on someone, when they seem like they might crash into me or they don't know I'm there or whatever. And I do it for safety because, we were joking about people being douchebags saying on your left. And so I told her, I said, oh, no, we're all about safety. We definitely want people to follow all the rules of the road and be safe in their race. But what I was explaining to her is we were talking about the people who are already next to you and they're just saying on your left as a passive aggressive way to let you know that they're faster than you in the race. Not the people who are coming up behind you. Because it's like if you're already next to me and you're looking me in my eye, when you say on your left, you're just being a douchebag because I know you're there. And if you were worried about me crashing into you, you're already there. Like I'm going to hit you if I'm going to hit you.
You would have said it beforehand, yeah.
Right. You would have said it before. So I explained it to her and she was like, oh, and I told her, I'm like, next time you're in a race, just watch. Some lady will come next to you and be like, on your left. And you're going to be like, that's what
exactly.
Age groupies we're talking about.
Exactly. On your left.
Exactly. It's the safety on your left is a good thing, and I think everyone should do it. The passive aggressive, I'm going to pass you because I'm better than you. On your left is a move.
Exactly. And if you're doing that to really strike fear in the hearts of your competitors, you better be at that top level. And maybe just the eye contact is enough.
You better not be good just only on the downhill.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Because I've had those. And I'm like, oh, hello, on your left.
Yeah, exactly.
Now that gravity isn't helping you. So cool. 18 people raised funds for the Ironman Foundation Gold Star Initiative.
About $1,400.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I know some people said, hey, I can't race, I can't make it, but I want to donate anyways. And my fundraiser campaign is still open. I have some grandiose plans to raise $30,000 by next year because I want to go back to Kona with the Ironman Foundation, and I want to carry a flag in honor of my dear friend Lisa Anderson's son. So my fundraising campaign continues, but
so we will put link to that in the show notes.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, let's do that.
We'll do things that are fun for people. So I won't just be walking around knocking on people's door with a can.
Yeah, I think the races are good ideas, and we can come up with some things that people could maybe like, quote unquote, purchase as a fundraiser for you. Yeah,
I will even.
Mike will come run through your office.
I will run through your office
carrying the flag.
Carrying the flag with a tattered bean Speedo. That's my company. I will come to your house and I mow out of some people's lawns. I got so good at that growing up. I can pick weeds. I'll pick up dog shit.
Oh, sold.
Yep. Exactly.
Okay, so we'll come up with some stuff, but in the meantime, we're going to put the link in the show notes. And so help Mike get to Kona in 2020 and race and carry the flag for his buddy.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah, I want to the only reason I want to go back, I mean, besides it's an awesome race, but I only want to go back to carry the flag for my friend.
No, I think that's awesome. And I want you to do it too.
One thing I was thinking of, just what I loved about this sprint try, even though, I didn't get to race it. I loved watching people do this for the first time. And seeing like the before and the after, because I'll get my number out to people and say, hey, text me, call me if you got any questions. And there's a lot of fear, a lot of nerves beforehand. I even sent links for a guided meditation that I recorded.
Awesome.
And then the look afterwards, you see that look of empowerment, that look of, hey, I did it. And so that was so fun. That's
the best.
Oh yeah. Shout out to, my friend Noga, my friend Sean, a couple of his friends who tried it for the first time.
I remember that feeling of finishing the very first one, don't you? And you're just like, holy cow.
Yeah. It just, you went from something, it went from the unknown to the known. I have now done this. I'm now at this level. And then your mind starts going, well, if I can do that,
what else? Yeah.
That was fun. So fun.
I have to say, like, doing my first triathlon was kind of like one of the first, I think it was like the first thing I ever really did besides getting sober that I wasn't sure I could do, like previously didn't think I could do, or what, and was like, I'm just going to try. I don't know. I don't think I could. And I remember being amazed at and kind of going, I bet there's other things I think I can't do that I can actually do.
I think that's exactly it. The limits we have for the most part are totally mental, but they seem so real because fear is something that, one, keeps us alive, and two, is something we just decide to listen to. But,
yeah, our minds are so powerful. I mean, they can be used for good or not. And, I think, I mean, I would agree with you on that. I know personally, my mind is capable of all kinds of cool stuff, but it's also capable of totally derailing me and making me believe, like it's just producing thoughts out of nowhere, you know what I mean? Out of thin air, and makes me believe they're fact, right?
Yeah. Like those.
I can't do this. I'm too old for this. I shouldn't try that. Like just, you know what I mean? That production in triathlon or endurance sports in general continuously challenges me and smashes that. And it's so good because every time I do something I didn't think I could previously do, or do a race that's like a big race, or do a challenge that's a big and I finish, I go, what? Maybe some of this other crap my mind is throwing at me isn't true either, and that's, for me, been a healthy practice.
It's nice when it can be applied to, outside of the race course. Like maybe I can really clean up my house a little bit better, or be a little more on time,
or do a fundraiser. Like
do a fundraiser. Yeah.
You didn't think, I'm sure there was a point at which you weren't thinking of yourself as like, I'm going to be I'm going to organize a fundraiser and like
be a race director. Yeah.
Yeah. Right? I'm sure there was a time on the bar stool where you were like, I'm probably not going to amount to much of anything at this point.
Exactly. If I can figure out a way just to stay drunk.
Yeah, that's right. So awesome. I'm so happy for you. And I think that that's great. And I'm looking forward to the next fundraiser race, because I will come up in either help or race, either one.
Yes. Or both.
Or both.
One really cool thing is I had someone fly out from DC.
Wow.
Go out for Washington. And I get this message on my phone from a number I don't recognize. And I listen to it. So I'm on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
And it says, "Hi, yeah, I just signed up for your race. I hope it's still going on. And I just bought my plane tickets and I'm flying out from Washington, D.C." I said, "What?" And I figured out why she was doing it. So she's my new friend, Teresa, and she is a retired Air Force vet. And she is doing 50 triathlons, one in every state, in the order that they entered into the union. So starting with Delaware and all the way to Hawaii. So this was number 31 for her.
Holy cow, that's awesome.
Yeah, exactly. And I said, wow, my little race got to be part of this epic journey that she's doing. So I interviewed her, and we will have that on our show.
Yeah.
Next week.
Next week.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to hear your interview with her, because, I haven't heard it yet either. So I'm excited for next week's episode myself, because how amazing and random. You were like, wait, someone's flying out here for this race.
Exactly. I'm surprised that people would drive more than 10 minutes. So then people are flying across the entire country. So
I see some cool events in your future.
I think so.
Race director. Yeah, that's awesome. We need good people with good energy and, a good why behind what they're doing to do things like this for the sport. I think it's awesome that we can do the self challenges and just, be all about ourselves and our own personal journeys and do Ironman but I also think there's like we talked about with, Sarah Hartman from Ironman Foundation a couple episodes ago, there can be more to it. And, you just keep adding, stuff. So this is I think this is great.
Yeah. It's so fun to meet other people who have that fire. So that's why this is fun, because this is that I don't know, I wouldn't say breeding ground, but it's those fields where we meet those other people. Mm-hmm. We're like, oh yeah, this is the inspiring stuff that I'm doing, or this is the stuff I'm really passionate about in this sphere of life you haven't heard about yet.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm going to apologize if people can hear my dog drinking water right next to me.
Well, I can't hear it yet.
Okay, good.
Let's get him a mic.
Some people do not like certain auditory noises like chewing or slurping, but I have an aging Jack Russell, and he's in the room with me, and he's just was asleep and releasing the most hideous smelling gas next to me, and I was just trying to keep it in.
Farts.
He's just old, he's just one of those old, when they get old, they just start smelling, and I love him to death, but he's thirsty all the time because he's old, and I think his kidneys are probably, so he's got to slurp down some water. So anyway, apologize if you're someone who has auditory issues with slurping noise.
Yeah, and if you do, let me know, because the next episode I'll be drinking coffee out of my big old coffee mug.
There you go.
Let's go from like the most we're talking about stuff that's really inspiring.
Yeah.
To something we discussed a little bit about, kind of like the petty shit we do in life.
Oh yeah, because we were going to add a segment to our show, Petty Move of the Week.
Petty move of the week.
AKA on your left.
On your left. Yeah. I got one.
Okay. Let's hear it.
Well, it was kind of weak too. I guess that's
what it is, right?
Yeah, 'cause it's not even like a power move. It's a pretty weird flex. So I was a pretty big Raiders fan.
Mm-hmm.
The Oakland type. And when they decided to move and give away all their good players, apparently I'm still on their mailing or email list. And so they emailed me about getting season tickets for this year.
Uh-huh.
And so, knowing that it would make such a big difference in the world, I wrote an email back. I hit reply. I said, move to Vegas already, period. Bye. And then I sent that thing off, and I was like, that was kind of lame.
The management is just like, oh my God, did you read this guy's email?
Mike's not coming this year. We're going to pack our shit up.
Sometimes you just got to let it out, though, you know?
I did. I gave it a little Z snap, just like click, click, click.
I love to write a reply email and get some of my aggression out. I just usually don't put anybody in the, like I'll take the people out of the like actual box so that it won't get sent to them. And then and you type. You know what I mean? I write what I would like to say, and then I'll delete that, and then I'll write the email that I'm like, okay, that sounds good.
Yeah, that's a good move. I've actually suggested that to somebody, and I haven't taken my own advice yet.
I have worked in an office where a friend of mine replied to all complaining about this woman who was part of the all that she replied to.
Ooh. So that can either be chalked up to...
She's like, what does so-and-so have PMS? Blah, blah, blah. Why is she being such a bitch? We're back. I don't have PMS. It was like, oh.
Internet fight. I love it. So that's either a complete like ineptness at technology, or it's a super passive aggressive move, and I love it.
Yeah, that might have been her passive. Yeah, that's a possible. She's like that kind of level of petty, that she might have intentionally done it and then been like, oops. Trying to think if I did any petty moves myself. I mean,
you're just a better person.
I'm not, though. You know what I mean? Like, I know I'm not, but I can't think of anything this week, but I will say this. Recently, I had someone in my office who I'm not a fan of, had a deal just go completely sideways on them, and they got just raked over the coals. And you know what? As much as I meditate and try to, emulate the Buddha, I got so much joy out of knowing that this person got their handed. And it's so petty. I was like gleeful. That's probably the most petty thing I've done lately.
But that's just, I think we're all human. We all have some good ones, some good zingers in us. I
mean, and I told everybody that I know about it. So there's that too.
Oh, you felt good?
A little gossip. I was like, oh gosh, okay. Not so spiritually fit.
You will not believe. Yeah. That always feels a little weird afterwards.
I was like, that guy I hate in my office? Well, this is what happened.
This is what happened. Yeah, you got to say in that voice, I got a story for you.
Yeah, I kind of did that. And it's petty. But, do you have any pet? So are you on a team? We talked about this a little bit. I know you do. You have a coach.
Yeah, I have a coach. I am on Yeah, my coach, Nick Carling out of Australia. I am on Team Carling.
But they're kind of everyone remote, right? So you don't have like...
I'm up here to race yet.
You don't have like inter-team dynamics.
No, not too much. I mean, it's mostly like, hey, good job on that race. Hey, good luck on that race.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's it.
Because I feel like on some teams there can be, of course, there's personalities, right? And not everyone's going to love everybody on a team. And
exactly.
there can be pettiness, I think. I've observed pettiness between team members occasionally.
Oh, completely. And you factor in, okay, especially if someone is single and impress somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And just in general, that every time we go into a room, we are always sizing up where we fit. What's our role?
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting. When I first started triathlon, I came onto a team.
So I think pettiness just fits into that.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's, and also because of course, we're kind of competitive people in general, because that's what draws us to the sport, right? Is that we like to.
Yeah.
So that contributes extra. I would say overall, my experience with teams is good, but I've witnessed some stuff where I'm like, wow, we're on the same team, right? Are we like, what the fuck?
Yes, exactly.
Well, what else? What else do you want to talk about? Anything?
I think we're just going to have to get out our journals and just start either doing more petty stuff for the show, for content, or just observing what we're doing. Be like, oh yeah, I do a lot of petty shit. Maybe I should start noticing it more.
That's a good thing. We'll practice. And I think our listeners can practice too. Let us know what petty shit you're doing out there. I will tell you recently, on Thursday, this isn't petty. This is drunk, I think, probably. I'm thinking it's somebody who hasn't found recovery yet. I was driving home on 92, which is the road that goes over the mountain from the peninsula to the beach. Yeah. Mm-hmm, over to Half Moon Bay. And I was on the downhill side going west towards Half Moon Bay. It's a 1-lane road. And on the downhill, there was a big cement pylon between the uphill and the downhill lanes. And as I'm coming around this big corner, I hear a crash and then a weird loud noise. And I come around the corner, I'm already braking, and there's a woman driving towards me and a truck pulled over. And I thought, oh, they just hit and the woman must have spun around. But then she kept driving towards me. And so I pulled way over to try to get out of her way. And she drove past me, scraping along the cement, and kept driving up 92 the wrong way. She was just driving the wrong way on the wrong side of the road. And she didn't kill anybody.
Wow. Holy crap. That's pretty scary.
I think it's only because it was like still rush hour, but it was the end of rush hour. So we were driving like 40, but we weren't driving, or maybe 30, but there were still enough cars that we weren't really hauling butt. Like, if you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when she hit us, it's like she did damage to this truck, but she didn't, the girl that she hit in this truck, but she didn't kill anybody. I actually just had the cop call me today because I had called 911 because I just pulled up next to the girl who got hit, and she's like, my phone's not working. And so I called 911 and the cop called me today. But the person, the person made a U-turn before they got to Skyline, which is where the police shut it off. Well, I mean, they came up from the peninsula. Yeah. And so they were like, she turned around and got back down into Half Moon Bay before they caught her. And he's trying to catch her now. He's still trying to catch her right now. She friggin' got away with it.
Wow. She'll get busted. She'll get busted eventually.
He's like, I've had some descriptions of this one individual. He's like, I've been over to their house. They're not there. There's no cars there. I've come by a couple times since Thursday. So I think it's probably them and they're hiding out. But yeah.
Oh, yeah. And then it gets so much worse. So much worse when you run.
And I looked, oh, yeah. I mean, she hit people and she ran. So, and it was, what was crazy about it is, as she's driving up the hill next to me, passing my car. Exactly. And I was like, this is how I knew she was drunk or high. She had her hands on 10 and 2. 10 and 2.
Exactly.
It's like, it's looking straight ahead, but going against traffic. Like,
oh yeah, exactly. Probably like leaning over the steering wheel, trying to like concentrate.
Upright. Yeah, exactly. And I was like, you are a douchebag. Anyway, everyone's okay. No one got hurt.
Or you're drunk or high.
She had to be drunk or high. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
Anyone else would have stopped or something. So did I tell you what I'm doing for my birthday next year?
No, you didn't.
Okay. I think I mentioned I wanted to do the AR 50 because, I'm turning 50 next year. Oh my God. Just want to throw up when I say that. Anyway. So that was my plan, but there's some other ultra distance events I have wanted to do and blah, blah, blah. And so I got an email from the Trans Rocky Run saying the date is moved up for next year to August 3rd through the 8th. So my birthday is right in the middle of it. So I paid my deposit.
Perfect.
I'm going to put off AR 50 for a year and I'm training for the Trans Rocky Run. So it's 6 days, 120-mile run. They bring your gear, like you camp, but they bring your tent, they set everything up, and then they break it down for you. So you just have to show up and run. And it's a stage race.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm so excited. You have 9 hours to do each stage. You're welcome to join me if you'd like. You can have running companions.
Right. They want people to crew for those.
Yeah, so that you can come along. So, but you're welcome to join me. But it's August 3rd through the 8th, and going to be high altitude. It's all between 8 and 13,000 feet.
Oh yeah, so not that high.
Yeah, not high at all. So I'm not really we're going to be able to go to Tahoe and train a little bit. So right now I'm kind of just run focused because in strength training, because even though you have 9 hours to do each stage, you can basically power hike, because it's not exactly 20 miles a day. It's, one day's 25, one day's 13, one day's 22. It's like, but some of the days are very steep, so you're going to be power hiking a little bit of it and running. And my sisters are going to come with me, which is super cool.
Oh, that's going to be awesome.
So one of them is not into endurance sports. And so she's going to do and there's a 3-day event too. So she's going to do the 3-day and just a support crew and just come with us. And the other sister is going to come as support crew for the first 3 days and then do the race the last 3 days, because you can race the last 3 days. So can acclimate, because she lives in Ohio, and she's like, not only do I not have any altitude, I don't have any hills. So
yeah, it's pretty flat state.
Yeah. She's already talked to the ultra distance runners who own the running store in her town, and they were like, yeah, you just got to put that treadmill on super steep and just go for it. Like, that's really all we got over here.
That's all we got. And you can pay a lot of money to sleep in those like altitude tents.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to, I'm so excited. I think it's going to be an awesome way to turn 50, just like being up on the trail, high altitude in the mountains, trail running, doing my favorite thing. I figure like I won't feel, how can you feel old and depressed when you're doing that?
No, not exactly. That is so cool. I'm excited for you.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. It'll be interesting, but 6 days of running is a lot of long every day is,
That's a lot. Gonna be doing a lot of squats.
Yeah, I got to get these glutes to like fire up as opposed to just hanging out back there jiggling.
That's certainly my problem.
Is that?
I know I have a flat ass, but yeah, I'm actually going in to get some active release technique tomorrow and to learn how to release and then strengthen my glutes so I can.
Yep. I'm on the same pathway.
Well,
there you are. You're back.
I'm back due to our awesome internet connection. I say we just
we can wrap it up now.
Wrap this thing up.
Okay, so folks, if you tune in next week, you're going to hear Mike's interview with what's the woman from DC? What's her name?
Teresa Lauer.
Teresa Lauer, about doing a triathlon in every state in the order that they join the union.
Yep. And so you want to take us out with what's one little advice you have for our listeners for this week? What should they be doing?
A little advice?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's probably like I mean, it's fairly late in the season. I mean, we're more than halfway through the season, and I know a lot of people have fall race goals, and I think that's awesome. But I feel like we've all been hitting it pretty hard all year.
Yep.
And so, I would encourage everyone to take at least a couple of days and do a little just reset. Like maybe just rest, sleep in, take a nap, skip the workout, don't worry about it. Or if you do a workout, just go easy,
Take your watch off.
Take the watch off.
Yeah.
Maybe try something different, like cross train by not something that's going to injure you. Like don't go do bar method if you've never, you know what I mean? And you're going to rip your calf in half. But try a restorative yoga class or do, my friend Heidi, who's been on the show, she just went and did that sensory deprivation tank in Redwood City where you float, that balance float thing. So try something like that. Just do a little reset. So because I feel like, we push, and it's like, oh, we've got Ironman, there's Santa Cruz 70.3 is coming up. Okay, but at some point, we've been training since January, right? So, take a little breather, give your body time to heal and rest, and then you can hit it. All right. So what's your advice?
I'm going to second that. And I'd say do a little Epsom salt. Clip your toenails.
Clip your toenails.
Clip your nasty, stinky, buttery yellow toenails.
Well, I'm a girl, and one of the keys if you're a female endurance athlete and you want to keep the feet looking somewhat decent, just treat yourself to that pedicure on a regular basis because they keep them short and they help keep the toenails on.
I keep saying I'm going to get a pedicure and I really mean it. I just haven't done it yet. So.
Oh, it feels so good, dude.
I'm going to take my own advice, and next week you'll be able to hear all about how my pedicure was. I'm going to do that over the week. Take my own advice.
Sounds good. All right. Well, great. Have a great week.
You too.
Ciao.
Bye.
Bye. Alrighty, that concludes today's episode of the Age Groupies Podcast with me, Lindsay Hiken, and my co-host, Mike Ergo. We really hope you enjoyed it. You can follow the show on Instagram at Age Groupies, join our Age Groupies page on Facebook, and look us up by name, Lindsay Hiken and Mike Ergo on Strava. If you have questions, comments, or topic ideas, feel free to email us at agegroupies@gmail.com. If you enjoy the show, please leave a rating and review on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts, as this really helps us get more exposure while we try to grow this little venture. And of course, if you have friends you think might like the show, please be sure to share it with them. But for now, thanks for listening, and we will talk to you next week.